Hi, Ralph Kinney here. Today I'm wrapping up my short series on traditional Chinese medicine. In our previous videos, we talked about the five-element model in traditional Chinese medicine, which I want to suggest to you is a model developed over 2,000 years ago that helps people who practice traditional Chinese medicine to diagnose and treat common human illnesses based on a model that is predictive and useful in diagnosing human health. Today what I want to do is talk about a concept that I get a lot of questions about and that I think there's a lot of confusion about, which is the subject of Qi. Now, the word Qi has become pretty commonplace in a lot of people's vocabulary. And I think for most Westerners, we never really got a rigorous definition of Qi. We sort of just grok it from the environment. You know, we hear people use it, we see it in movies, and we sort of think we get it. But in talking to people, I've found that there's a lot of confusion around it. So I want to talk briefly about what is Qi. Now, as a scientist, I struggle a little bit with it because in theory, I shouldn't believe in anything that can't be scientifically measured. And as a physicist and electrical engineer who's been thinking and studying this subject for a really long time, over 30 years, as far as I know, we do not have a way scientifically and repeatably to measure Qi. Now, if you go on YouTube or Google and you search for, can you measure Qi, you're going to get a whole bunch of videos and people claiming that they can. And I've probably watched all of them. And in my opinion, this is one scientist's view, but in my opinion, none of the demonstrations that I've seen so far using a wide range of instruments really stand up to scientific scrutiny. So as far as I'm concerned, we cannot yet measure scientifically Qi. Nonetheless, I believe in it. As a practitioner of Chinese martial arts for over 30 years and someone who does Qigong and teaches Tai Chi and studies Taoism and traditional Chinese medicine, I can feel Qi. I teach Tai Chi and Qigong, and I routinely can get my students to feel Qi. Now, our senses can lie. Magicians get us to see things that aren't there all the time. Psychology plays a role in our senses as well. We see and hear and feel things all the time in life that aren't real. So that doesn't, just because I think I can feel it and I can get my students to say they feel it, doesn't mean that it's scientifically proven. I have done as scientific as I can tests to validate for my own satisfaction that Qi exists. I'll share one of those experiments with you. I've been studying with a Tai Chi master for over a decade now, who I believe is one of the true and few remaining Tai Chi masters in the world. And I've had Sifu stand on the other side of a wall from me where I couldn't see him and he couldn't see me. I couldn't hear him. I had no way of sensing anything about what was going on the other side of the wall. And we've set up cameras on his side of the wall and my side of the wall. And he will push me with his energy. And I'm standing there and I can feel something push me and I'll move back. Now, if you take those two videos and you synchronize the two videos, what you will see is that at the exact same moment that he pushes, I move. Now, that's not scientific. It's still not a good enough test to stand up to scientific scrutiny. But as well as I can design an experiment, given that we don't have any scientific way to measure it, it convinces me that it's not just my sense, not just my psychology or mental manipulation or the desire to believe in something that's going on here. I think something real is happening. With that as a surround, let's talk about what is Qi. In traditional Chinese medicine, the word Qi refers to infinitesimally small particles that flow throughout the human body. And yes, in Chinese medicine, they believe they're particles. I don't know why, by the way. As a physicist, I'm tempted to think about, wave-particle duality and model things in terms of, maybe quantum physics. But in traditional Chinese medicine, if you read the texts, the classic texts, I have so much trouble with that word. If you read the classic texts, they refer to them as tiny, tiny particles. The word Qi also refers to the feeling or the effects that come from the flow of those infinitely small particles throughout the human body. So where does this Qi come from? In Chinese medicine, there are 3 sources of qi, and I'll just sketch them out for you here. Qi can come from the air, which is processed through your lungs and creates something called clean qi. Qi can also come from water and food, which is processed through the spleen and creates something called grain qi. Now, don't get confused with the word grain here. It's actually a translation of a Chinese concept that doesn't translate very well. So they don't mean literally grain in the sense of, wheat and oatmeal and whatever. The word grain qi just refers to qi that is from water and food, and it can come from a variety of foods. And the last form of qi comes from your parents at the moment of conception, and that energy is stored in your kidneys. Kidneys, how do you like that? Kidneys. And it's usually referred to in Chinese medicine as Primordial Chi or Original Chi. So those are the 3 sources of Qi. Now, clean Qi and grain Qi combine to form something called Pictoral Chi. And that qi, for the time that it exists in the upper part of your body. So that's why it's called pectoral chi. Pectoral chi combines with primordial chi to create what's called normal chi. And normal chi is the chi that exists in your body and flows throughout the human body in energy channels called meridians. And meridians, if you could look at them, would look a lot like the network of nerves in your body, although they don't follow exactly the nervous system, or the blood vessels in your body, in the sense that there are major meridians where large amounts of chi flow, and those spread into smaller and branch into smaller and smaller and smaller meridians until they've reached every part of the human body. Normal chi functionally separates out into 2 kinds of chi, and I'm sort of running out of room here on my board. Let me quickly just create more room for myself. So this is a functional distinction. Normal chi breaks into 2 kinds: nutritive chi and defensive chi. And nutritive chi is the chi that nourishes your organs, right? It provides for the metabolic functions, metabolism, and movement, right? It is the chi that enables us, well, all chi enables us to exist. We couldn't function if we didn't have chi, but this is the chi that enables sort of all activity in our bodies. And the defensive chi is the chi that's responsible for surface tissues like skin and hair. And it's also responsible for immune system. The immune system, oh boy, can't you read that? Okay, the immune system. And defensive chi is on the surface of the body and can be felt some distance away from the body, depending on the strength of the chi of the individual and their condition and their state of balance. You can feel that chi from some distance away, depending on the person and their intention and lots of other stuff. So these are the 2 kinds of chi. And in Chinese medicine, they believe that all human ailments can, in some sense, be tracked back to a problem with chi. If your nutritive chi is not flowing properly, or it's encountering a blockage in one of the meridians, or there's an imbalance in that 5-element system, because these meridians are mapped back into that 5-element system we talked about in the previous videos, then that might relate to, that might create an ailment in the body due to a lack of balance created by some problem with the flow of nutritive chi. Or there might be a problem with your defensive chi, that pathogens in the environment or environmental conditions can get past the defensive chi and create an ailment in the body. Healthy chi is a result of balance across those 5 elements, and balance across those 5 elements is in turn the result of a balance of yin and yang energies in your body. So that's sort of a really high-level overview of what chi is and the function of chi. If you have not experienced chi for yourself, I encourage you to go find a competent teacher of Tai Chi or Qigong, because there are lots of people who have that level of skill and will be able to teach you those things. And I think that healthy chi is an essential part of human health. So I hope that was useful to you. Again, this was a really super fast overview of traditional Chinese medicine, and I encourage you to take the time to learn more about that. There's a lot of great information out there, some great books and some great videos and some great teachers. Nothing better than a teacher in your own area who can sit down and explain this to you and get you to feel it for yourself. Thank you for your time, and we'll talk again soon.